नमस्ते सबैजना, म भुवन फेरि कोचमीको तर्फबाट अर्को जेएनजीको सेसन लिएर आएको छु। सो आज अलिकति चिसो दिन पनि छ, हाम्रो ब्याक स्टेजमा चाहिँ वेदरको पनि थुप्रै कुरा भइरहेको थियो। सो आजको वेदर चाहिँ नेपालमा मात्र होइन, अमेरिकातिर पनि अलिकति अनौठै छ र अलिअलि चिसो पनि छ होइन। हामी कहाँ आजको गेस्ट हुनुहुन्छ बिपाशा श्रेष्ठजी। सी इज जस्ट अनदर 18 year old. According to her description, I'm not मैले आफ्नो वर्ड्सहरू सकेसम्म कम युज गरिरहेको छु. She's in senior high अनि she's ambivert with social butterfly tendencies. यो बारेमा चाहिँ I'm very intrigued. So we'll get into that as well. अनि lifelong learner अनि driven by individualism अनि त्यसपछि she's into debate competitions and volunteering as well. So awesome interest as well. So let's just get into it. Bipasha ji सँगै कुरा गरेर we'll find out more and see if we can learn amazing things from her.
Namaste, Saurabh.
Namaste, Bipasha ji. How are you?
Good. How are you?
अलिअलि नर्भस, अलिअलि which is मलाई भइ नै रहा हुन्छ यो होइन. सो जतिवटा सेसन गरे पनि there's a little bit of nervousness, something केही गलत भइहाल्छ कि केही गलत बोलिहालुला कि भन्ने चाहिँ भइरहन्छ. What about you?
म पनि हल्का nervous, but excited. Hopefully, it goes all well.
Hopefully it goes all well. You're nervous, so what does it actually do for you? What is a few positive things it does for you?
Nervousness almost calms me in weirdly. Like internally, I'm very nervous. Outside the TK, like it's gonna be a good day, another day, you know. That inside, I'm like, oh my god, what's happening? Type of sense. But yeah, pretty okay.
Okay, all right, nice. मलाई चाहिँ नर्भसनेसले चाहिँ युजली इट किप्स मी फोकस कि अस्ति हाम्रो गेस्ट एकजना नन्दजी पनि आउनुभएको थियो, नन्द किशोर मण्डलजी भन्ने, अनि he said the same thing. So for me as well, नर्भसनेसले चाहिँ इट किप्स मी फोकस्ड. जुन टास्क एट ह्यान्ड छ त्यसमै फोकस गरेर doesn't let me distract, doesn't allow me to be distracted. अलिकति सेन्टेन्स भयो तर मेरो फर्स्ट ल्याङ्ग्वेज होइन. Okay, so just tell us, who are you?
Well, hi, I'm Bipasha Shrestha, born and semi-raised in Nepal, but currently living in America. I'm a high school senior, currently in 12th grade. Yeah, I'm very passionate about volunteering, I guess. As well as debate. I like to describe myself as an ambivert. Tara, I would also say I would like to be a lifelong learner.
Alright, fine. So यो कुरालाई चाहिँ तपाईले हैन जस्तो भन्नु न अहिले भन्नुभएको डिस्क्रिप्सन्सलाई लेबल्सहरुलाई चाहिँ इफ यु के भन्ने कचाकचुक पारेर हातबाट यो हुन्छ नि डस्टबिनमा फुत्त फाल्यो भने so what is now remaining as Bipasha?
As Bipasha, I would say rather a shy girl that's just trying to figure out her life and trying to break that, I guess, box of conformity and just, you know, do her own thing and try to live a pretty genuine, happy life.
Okay, awesome. Pretty genuine, happy life. Ani genuine भनेको चाहिँ what's a genuine life?
Something like आफ्नै भित्रबाट आउने, like forced, nothing that's forced, हैन? Like whatever that keeps me excited, whatever that keeps me happy, something that I want to look forward to.
Okay, अब म यसलाई चाहिँ अलिकति डिफरेन्ट तरिकाले सोधौँ त है, so that I get म आफूले चाहिँ क्ल्यारिटी पाऊँ भनेर. What's not a genuine life?
What is not a genuine life? Oh, that's a good question. I guess going after materialistic things, हैन? Like अब मलाई ठुलो घर चाहियो, मलाई ठुलो गाडी चाहियो, type of thing. If you rather say कि I want to focus on a career instead, or I want to create a startup. I want to be successful into that, or I want to help the community. Honestly, I think that would be more of a genuine life. तर आफ्नै आफ्नै हुन्छ हैन आफ्नै आफ्नै सपना हुन्छ depending on what you want and what you're looking for. सबैजनाले चाहिँ त्यो एउटै सपना भन्ने त हुँदैन हैन. So it depends. Everybody has their own dream and after definition of what's genuine for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone has their own definition of what genuine actually means to them. So त्यही कारणले पनि I just wanted to know what it actually meant to you. So यो जुन अहिलेको भनौँ न पेन्डेमिकको जुन ड्युरेसन भयो नि ओभर अ इयर हामी वर अल लिभिङ थ्रु सम चेन्जेस हैन. So everyone is dealing with this differently. How have you grown in this time period के अब यो जुन over a year of lockdowns अनि त्यसपछि restrictions अनि travel movementमा restrictions अनि all kinds of restrictions and changes of culture and all that, how have you grown in this period?
I think like throughout the whole thing I've recognized how unhealthy my lifestyle is. Like they say, yeah, junior year, 11th grade, it's like the hardest year of a high school minor. So I was very focused on just like homework, studies, I mean, extracurriculars or magi. I was always focused on producing something. Yeah, always looking for productivity. I know. Without giving myself a rest or giving my body a rest. So जब school थिएन like एक महिनाको लागि, I was like, what am I gonna do? I kind of felt like I have all this time in my hand, not too sure what to do with it. I think I recognized that unhealthy behavior. I mean, I pretty much still do it. Didn't learn from it, looks like. But I kind of like diverted away from what kind of calmed me down. I know. Made bread for a little bit every day. I learned to cook a little bit. I know, like Nepali khana, Newari khanaहरू हल्का कुक गर्न सिक्यो त्यतिखेर अनि things that I enjoyed without having to feel the constant need to do something.
Okay, nice. नेपाली खाना नेवारी खाना कुक गर्न पनि सिक्यो. Awesome. Okay, what are some of the things that you're doing every day that's making you a better person?
Waking up. Waking up first thing, I know. I'm driven about my education, making sure that whatever I do, I am focused on my education, my studies, ani just being grateful for what I have. Alka. Ani, whenever I usually am like working or focused on a project or anything to do with volunteering on like a day-to-day basis, like ठुलो project नभए पनि एक दिनमा के सानसानो यताउता type of stuff.
Okay, nice. यो जुन अहिले भर्खर तपाईँले पनि युज गर्नुभयो नेपालमा पनि खुब युज हुन्छ कि हल्का भन्ने वर्ड अनि प्रब्लम different things to different people हैन कतिजनाले चाहिँ यसलाई एउटा फिलर वर्डको रूपमा मात्र पनि युज गरेर हुन्छ. So when you use it हैन what does that actually mean for you?
Context मा different हुन्छ तर हल्का फिलरै हो हैन कहिले कहिले हल्कै हुन्छ कहिले कहिले धेरै डिस्क्रिप्सन को कन्डेन्स गर्नको लागि पनि हल्का युज गर्छु तर अहिलेको लागि हल्का मिन्स हल्कै इश हल्कै more of like a filler than like a long description of what I'm doing. So okay.
All right. Okay. All right. What does self-expression mean to you, and how do you actually express yourself?
Mostly through verbally, communication-wise. My wants, my needs, my desire. Verbally saying it. Sometimes I like to write it down. Physically भन्दा नि मेरो notes app मा type गर्छु. And then self-expression can be usually through like art type of stuff. Ita, somewhere over here. Ita, not like just to like clear my mind, I guess, for the time being. Like त्यस्तो राम्रो पनि हुनु पर्दैन, अनि दुनियाँलाई पनि त्यस्तो देखाउनु पर्दैन, but मलाई के फिल भइरहेछ इनसाइडमा.
ओके, त्यस्तो राम्रो पनि हुनु पर्दैन, दुनियाँलाई देखाउनु पनि पर्दैन भनेपछि हाउ डु यु नो what you're doing is good if you're not comparing with other people?
I am. That's a total misconception. I am definitely comparing myself with other people. But in terms of self-expression or something that I see as hobbies, this much I usually don't try to compare. किनभने त्यो चाहिँ downtime हो मेरो लागि, just for me to have fun. I know, just on the sole purpose of me having fun, not for economic benefits or in general to, I don't know, gain something, होइन? त्यो मेरो लागि मात्रै हो. त्यसकोमा चाहिँ compare गर्ने, I usually don't try to do it. Usually inspiration गर्नको लागि चाहिँ I will like go online or something. तर त्यतिखेर चाहिँ compare चाहिँ त्यस्तो गर्दिनँ. Yeah.
Okay, त्यतिखेर चाहिँ compare त्यस्तो गर्दिनँ. Fine. अनि there's something you said about being ambivert, होइन? अनि with social butterfly tendencies. So I have no idea what that means. Social butterfly tendencies भनेको अनि yeah.
So ambivert is like extrovert र introvert को mix हल्का. तर I think I lean more towards an extrovert. तर कहिले कहिले त मेरो social battery चाहिँ sometimes it's always completely down, होइन? So म अब धेरै crowded area मा भयो भने, like school को कुनै events or at a volunteering event, I usually try to be the first one to like strike the conversation. But I also like to have my own time, होइन? Like घरमा आफै मात्रै एक्लै कोहीसँग नबोल्दाखेरि, that also brings me calm. The social butterfly tendencies usually, that's what my friends say. It's usually like जसलाई पनि like friend बनाउन सक्ने, yeah, like कोसिस गर्ने. Try to lift up the atmosphere, lighten up the mood a little. Yeah,
Okay,
so social butterfly tendencies.
Okay, जसलाई पनि friends बनाउन सक्ने. So what does that do for you? When you go and strike up a conversation and you start making friends, I don't know, मैले सायद त्यो start making friends चाहिँ अलिकति assume गरेँ होला. So when you strike up a conversation, what does that do for you?
It usually gives me more insight about their life, I know, like a conversation सुरु गर्दाखेरि जसले पनि आफ्नो बारेमा बोल्छ, of course. Uनको experience, what they have dealt with in the past, what they're looking forward to, or what they're just feeling in the present. That way, sometimes it gives me a chance to reflect on myself. I know, like if somehow we've been through a similar situation, how they've overcome it versus how I've overcome it, or just in general to like diversify my thinking skills, or just give me hi Alyssa. Or just in general to be a better person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just in general to be a better person. So there could be, I don't know, कोही young girls, guys who चाहिँ they're a bit of an introvert, होइन? अनि they struggle to strike up a conversation. अनि उनीहरूको विचारमा चाहिँ maybe, you know, going and telling someone something, जसलाई चाहिँ चिनिरहेको छैन उसलाई गएर चाहिँ conversation start गर्न चाहिँ it's a big deal for them, होइन? अनि they probably think in their mind कि I'm not interesting enough, होइन, मैले जे भन्छु त्यो चाहिँ बोरिङ हुन्छ होला भन्ने किसिमको डरले चाहिँ उनीहरू they're hesitating and they're being pulled back by themselves, होइन? What would your advice be to those who are hesitating because of these reasons?
Like what you're feeling is totally valid. I know anytime you walk up to a stranger, you are bound to feel that nervousness. But once you do, just know that the conversation you'll have or anything you have to say is equally as important. So don't suppress it in a sense. I know जे भन्न मन लाग्छ भन. यही एउटा मौका हो. You never know if you're going to see that person again and what that connection might lead to.
ओके, यही एउटा मौका हो. तर बिपाशाजी, यु जस्ट सेड कि इट्स नेचुरल होइन, अलिकति नर्भसनेस फिल गर्नु कोही नयाँ मान्छेलाई भेट्न अथवा कोही नयाँ मान्छेसँग कुरा गर्न जाँदाखेरि. सो द्याट इज इम्प्लाइङ द्याट कि यु फिल समथिङ एज वेल होइन when you're talking to a new person.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely.
So what are you telling yourself when this is happening? What is the conversation you're having in your mind when you're feeling something similar?
I'm usually like, it will be okay. It will be okay. It's totally fine. It's just a conversation. I know. It's not going to be a really big deal. You never know. This might turn into a very good friendship, or this might just not. And it'll be just a casual conversation you have with this person only in this time in your life, and that's it. And then we'll move on. I know it'll probably liften up the atmosphere a little bit. I mean, and there you go. Nothing too big.
Okay, nothing too big. तर तपाईँको strategy चाहिँ you're still talking to yourself, you're still kind of एउटा self coaching किसिमको भइरहेको हुन्छ होइन?
Like calming myself down. Okay.
Okay, nice. Okay, what are some of your skill sets that make you special?
What are some of my skill sets? I guess I would say a big communicator, leader, any organization skills. Anything?
Okay, communicator, leader, and you have good organization skills. What does leadership mean for you?
The ability to drive a group towards a common goal. That would be my definition of a leadership. Just like एउटा goalमा focus गरेर all I'm doing is I'm just ahead, not like ahead, but like just a person who is watching over everybody. अनि उनीहरूकोसँग we're going towards a similar goal. I'm just like making out a basic plan of what we can do to achieve it, or giving tips on how we can all be involved in achieving that goal.
Okay. कुनै दुई चारवटा कुरा चाहिँ तपाईँले अरूमा देख्नु भएको छ होइन? So a few things that pass as leadership but you know is not leadership.
When you try to make the conversation about yourself, I know at a group setting ma or a meeting ma, whenever you don't use their time to give other people the opportunity, or when you try to bring somebody down for their ideas, that's not good leadership, or just leadership in general.
Okay, so that's not leadership in general. So that तपाईँले भनिरहनु भएको चाहिँ leadership is about other people.
Yeah, definitely more than yourself, because like you're devoting yourself to helping and serving other people. So like आफू भन्दा ठुलो चाहिँ a group as a whole and what's best for the group.
Okay, awesome. Okay, what's best for the group? Volunteering, what does it do for you?
It's something that I really love actually, and I'm usually doing it at least once a week. I'm also president of an organization at our club. It's like the biggest club at our school, and then it's also the biggest, like a service organization led by students in America. It's a way of how I escape stress, as well as how I like to spend my time. Giving back is something that I always look forward to. Just planning an organization is part of being in that club, so I always enjoy that.
Okay, you always enjoy that. But giving back, what does it give you?
What does it give me? It's probably selfish, but it just makes me feel good. Like it might have not been a lot of time, but I spent a couple hours eta, and I spent a couple hours eta helping anything that was needed, or just being genuinely being there and wanting to be there to help. I know, like, sometimes my help isn't always needed, but the fact that I was there, willing to, I think speaks volume rather than like being unwanted help.
Okay, being unwanted help. All right. Right, giving back. A lot of times कि हामी कहाँ जस्तो भनौँ न मैले चाहिँ obviously I can only talk नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा होइन अनि we हाम्रो कोचमीको टिम चाहिँ we're also related to a company called The Last Resort. हामी adventure sportsमा पनि we're involved in adventure sports like bungee, canyoning, rafting, होइन and we also conduct a lot of team building programs for school groups from abroad के अब कोही दुबईबाट होला होइन दुबईबाट आउँदाखेरि पनि दे हेभ स्टुडेन्ट्स फ्रम एभ्रिवेयर अमेरिका होस् युके अस्ट्रेलिया सबैतिरको मल्टी नेसनल्स नै हुन्छ कि अनि सो वेन दे कम and they look at our students, local students, Nepalko local students, they want to give. And a lot of times we've seen sometimes, a lot of times when they give, it has also negative impact because local people become dependent and they expect help every time they see foreigners. And how do you see? Okay, मैले क्वेसनलाई फ्रेम गर्नलाई I'm going to need a little bit of time. मेरो दिमागमा खेलिरहेछ तर I'm not being able to form proper sentences है त. So what are some of the things essential to make sure that your help is actually impactful in a positive way?
In a positive way, ensuring key, even if it like consistency is one thing. But I think I read this quote in a book somewhere. It's like teach a man how to learn a fish. He will catch a fish for a day. But in order to catch a fish, he needs the resources, right? If you provide the resources, able to lift the community, and then kind of leave it at that, because सबैभन्दा त drives hunting गर्नको लागि it's pretty sucky to be in a situation where you need to ask for help or actually like very much need help. I know that if you give them the resources and maybe like a plan of where they can go, and then they'll take the step themselves and then just leave it at that. I know there isn't always the need to like monetary wise, incentive wise, like always give. There's usually not a reason, right? But if you provide them with the resources, adequate resources, what they actually need, and not just like weird stuff, doing this to like fulfill your desires, then in a sense that will actually help like lift the community because they're sustaining themselves rather than being dependent on foreign money or other monetary incomes.
Okay, rather than being dependent on foreign money. Right. So basically, जति सक्दो independence बनाउनु पर्यो. Dependency create गर्न भएन, right? So your question चाहिँ I don't know मैले this is not going to be an easy question. So what do you think is the purpose of your life?
Oh wow. What is my purpose of my very good question. That's a very good question. I guess the purpose is, I don't know. I'm still learning to find that purpose. I'm still figuring out a lot of myself. I'm just 18. I know. I don't think I know my purpose quite yet, and I probably won't for a little bit.
Okay.
But once I do, I will let you know. I think I'll just be another person that will try to. I have nothing. I actually have nothing. But yeah, I think within my family, I'll say like trying to pioneer something. I think in a way. in a sense. Yes.
All right, trying to pioneer something. Okay, what makes you excited about your life most of the time? Or yeah,
Um. What makes me excited about my life? Let's say I am excited about graduation. It's in a couple months. I think um, excitement comes in like bursts of in moments, like not something I'm looking forward to 10 years from now, but something I'm looking forward to this year. So I'm excited about graduating from high school, and I'm excited to take the next big step, which is go to college. So that's what's keeping me up, and that's what's driving me right now.
okay, that is what is driving you. College भनेपछि चाहिँ what are you planning to study?
That's a very good question. I'm trying to do okay. So I have two career paths for now. I'm open to any career changes in my life. Again, I'm 18. I don't think I'll stick to one career. Uh, but as of now, I think I will. I'm planning to do biomedical engineering, with like like specialty in product design, or slash that idea and I'll do computer science. And then maybe like a minor in political science or something. Olga, there's STEM field my like
Okay,
science, technology, engineering field my.
okay, nice, nice. Okay, perfect. मैले चाहिँ अब यो जुन टेक्नोलोजी अथवा इन्जिनियरिङ फिल्डमै जानुभयो भने पनि what does that actually do for you?
I think it gives me a chance to be an innovator, um, build, kind of take my focus off of like theoretics and focus on practical use. I know. So what I'm learning in the classroom, the environment that influenced me, and how I'm able to use it to create something that is helpful and useful in any way. Like some that could be something small or something big, in a sense.
Okay, could be something small or something big. Lifelong learner. So what does that mean? What are you trying to say here?
Um, so when I say like a lifelong learner, I'm not always saying like in a formal classroom setting, तर जहिले पनि knowledge gain गर्न कोसिस गर्ने. So if it means reading a book or watching like videos about something you're not sure about, or even reading the newspaper and news articles, keeping yourself informed on daily stuff, things happening around the world, and obtaining more knowledge. Doesn't have to be useful knowledge that you use every day in your life, but keeping your brain stimulated and you're always running.
Always running. Okay, running from what to what?
Running from what you didn't know as well to something you are more focused on and something you have more knowledge about. I know, like about you're introduced to a concept at the first time, you can't expect yourself to be an expert at it. But once you continue focusing on it, then maybe you'll be more maybe you'll be more likely to know and the ins and outs, and as well as as well as just in general be able to answer any question that comes in your way, or just be satisfied with what you have known throughout the time.
Yeah, answer any questions except for that purpose thing, right?
Yes,
त्यसमा चाहिँ अब हामी सबैजना नै स्ट्रगल गरेर आउँछ, right?
definitely.
What are some things that you find mysterious about life?
What do I find mysterious about life? कि you're always कि धेरै मान्छेसँग interact भइरहेको छ होइन कहिले बसमा कहिले एयरपोर्टमा but it's so weird that we never get to know all of their stories. Sometimes you only get to meet only like a handful of people throughout your life. And it's so weird. There's like 7 billion people in the world, but I only know like 200. I know. That's so weird. Pretty fascinating, but very weird.
Okay. So you कुकुर चाहिँ just try and ignore the dog.
All good.
यो हामीले लाइफभरि नै ट्राई गरेर हो इग्नोर गर्नलाई. What are tell us something, like how was your school life adventures?
That's a very good question because it wasn't. I think that's what one thing COVID has made me see is all the things that I missed. As well as all the opportunities that I passed because I thought in the future I would have enough time to do it. So they were like something small, like a football game or key, like dance, like homecoming, go dance, yeah, prom. I know. I thought that I was gonna have your year, Ani, last year to actually be able to thoroughly enjoy myself. So the weekends ma I'd be like, it's fine, I can get another study session in, or it's fine, I can do a debate competition or something, instead of genuinely enjoying high school. Genuinely enjoying being a teenage person, a kid. So yeah, high school life wasn't adventurous at all.
Okay. तर अहिलेको यो कोभिडको उसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ there's a lot of insights happening already, which is
Yeah,
good.
definitely.
Which is good. Let's just say keep money was not an issue, career was not an issue. You didn't have to worry about food. I know you didn't have to worry about shelter. You had all the resources you needed, चाहे त्यो financial resources होस्, material resources होस्, intellectual resources होस्, you had access to everything. What do you think would be what do you think would be your plans for your life?
If I had all the resources, then I would simply be lazy and do nothing because I know I'd be provided for, right? Why not? Like, because I don't have economical resources, because I don't have material resources, it drives me to something that I don't have, or to work towards, or to improve. If I did have all those resources, then I would simply be dependent upon those resources and simply not do anything. Like हल्का benefit, like अब हल्का थियो भने अहिले नै हल्का material resources भयो भने, हल्का economical resources भयो भने, I think I'd be able to improve myself. तर सबै त्यतिखेर सबै छ भने चाहिँ I don't think there will be any improvement of the slightest, but instead I'll just be like, oh, I already have that, so why do I have to work for it?
Okay. I already have that, so why do I have to work for it? So what do you think are some of the positive intentions and life positive intentions behind not giving you everything?
Not giving me everything, it humbles you, that's for sure. Also it ensures that all humans have different experiences. होइन सबैजनाको एउटै resources भयो भने त everyone would be like, oh no, there's nothing we can add to the world, or new experiences, or new innovation. So a positive of the life not giving resources is that it creates it ensures that everybody's an innovator, and it also ensures that everybody knows how to survive, which isn't always a good thing. I know, like कुनै resources that we all need. I know, like that's something a government should provide for its citizens, but because those resources aren't available, you have to fend for yourself. You have to survive somehow.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. So सबै कुरा सबै रिसोर्सेसहरू अभाइलेबल हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ probably not productive अथवा it won't help your growth भन्नुभयो होइन?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just imagine a life where everything goes according to your plan, all your plans are successful. How does that life look for you?
Again, like I think because of failures is how we experience growth. So somebody made it according by one. I wouldn't learn anything simply. I wouldn't be able to like figure things out, or I wouldn't be able to be confused and think upon my decisions, uh, or or halka 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 not being able to reflect upon what I've done already. So like that sense, I know.
Okay, so you just said कि I wouldn't be able to be confused भनिरहनु भएको छ. So what are you suggesting? Confusion it's not a good thing,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so जहिले पनि confusion the good thing, I know. But confusion is also needed in order to like look deeper in yourself and what you're expecting, as well as what you're confused about. So you can move on from that stage and be less confused and try to figure out a solution for your confusion.
Okay, nice. Try and figure out a solution for your confusions. Again, your question very funny. It's a very easy question, which is sad. So how is life important for you?
How is life important for me? I think it's like anything else. I'm grateful for it, but I think for now, at any point, I'm pretty satisfied with everything I have and everything I've done. So I don't think there'd be any moment of. I think no. There are some things I've regretted, but there aren't things that are like super big that would impact me in any way if I were to like die tomorrow or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. म यसमा त्यति धेरै डिपली पनि जानेवाला छुइनँ.
Thank you. मलाई त्योभन्दा नि answer छैन.
What does inclusiveness mean for you?
Ensuring like सबैजनालाई equal chances to. Everybody has a seat at the table. Basically, you aren't purposely discriminating against एउटा groupलाई मात्रै based on skincare, not skincare, skin type, skin, this color of your skin, or your gender, or your sexuality, or how you identify as a person. So ensuring everybody has a seat at the table, making sure that their voices are heard, their experiences are equally valid.
Okay. So, my small clarification, Sanjay. Do you want everyone on the table? Ki you don't want anyone excluded from the table?
I don't want anyone excluded from the table. There you go. That's better. I don't want. In a way, no, it's not the same thing. Yeah, I don't want anyone excluded from the table.
All right. Okay. मलाई त्यति clarification मात्र चाहियो थियो. All right. So if you could go back in time, you could go back in time 4 years पछाडि भनौँ न. So you're 14 years old, and you meet Bipasha, who is 14 years old, and as a 18-year-old Bipasha, what would your advice, suggestions be to 14-year-old Bipasha, just in general, about how she's life at that moment?
I think I'd be like, don't be so stressed about high school, but be ready for a very, I don't know, like a very toxic culture that you will face in high school. But don't worry about your classes so much. Make sure to actually enjoy your weekends and make sure to like go out with your friends while you can. and try to be a little, or try to have a little self-confidence.
Okay, awesome advice. You saying सायद हामी सबैजनाले पनि we can take this advice. So you were talking about toxic culture. यो भने चाहिँ I have no idea what that means.
Great. I will inform you on the teen lingo. Like, I guess teenagers only use garnet toxic culture, which basically means ki, like something, a negative space, alka, it could be people, attitude, or in general, how other people react. I know.
Sorry,
So,
I'm still here. तर मेरो camera चाहिँ I think eventually it will come back.
okay, I'll just continue.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jonathan. So basically, like मेरो स्कुलमा चाहिँ very academically focused, but at the same time, जहिले पनि they try to one up you. I don't think everyone is almost unhappy in other people's success, which is a pretty toxic culture in my opinion. कि जहिले पनि आफ्नोलाई मात्रै सोच्ने अनि अर्काको बारेमा चाहिँ usually resentful in attitude, or yeah.
Okay. मलाई चाहिँ यो भेरी इन्लाइटनिङ सायद यो अलिअलि सबैतिर पनि हुन्छ होला तर यो टर्म चाहिँ मैले सुनेको थिइनँ. Right. So let's just assume, एकछिनको लागि चाहिँ everything that happens in your life is happening because life wants to take you to a better place, अथवा it wants to help you grow, to learn, and as a lifelong learner as you are, what do you think would be life's best intention for this culture? Yeah, but your culture, saying you being there, what is it that you think life is trying to give you with this thing?
I think like create like thick skin, like जसले पनि जे भनेर गाओस् तर त्यसले चाहिँ मेरो सेल्फ कन्फिडेन्समा चाहिँ अफेक्ट गर्दैन, या जसले पनि जे भनेर गाओस् कि I won't take that in personally too much. अब जति नि अब work firstमा enter गर्यो, या whatever I do later in life, whatever other people say to me, or whatever other people's decisions or voices attack me in a way that it won't affect how I personally see myself. So I let June culture, June environment grow up karo. It will like help me make sure that whatever happens, I am self-centered in a way, and that I know that it's not going to affect me for a long time. It might affect me during that moment or 5 minutes from then, but it won't affect me over a long period of time.
Okay, it won't affect you for over a long period of time. Nice. You 18 years ma. तपाईँको चाहिँ भनौँ न, if you had to think of some of your proudest moments, what would those be?
Wow. Some of my proudest moments 18 years more. Huh. I guess it's a very good question. I think again, I guess I'll go back to school because that's what my life is focused on right now. I guess what I'm proud of is the fact that I was so involved in school. I think that's something I'm pretty proud of. I mean, being president of Key Club is something that I'm proud of. Yeah, I think like initially at Warsama, being able to transition into the American culture and the American hustle was something that now that I look back at it, was pretty okay, pretty dope, pretty cool for an 8-year-old kid. Yeah.
Awesome. Absolutely. Pretty cool for a 8-year-old kid. Absolutely. Okay, Bipasha ji, यो क्वेसन तपाईँलाई मन पर्दैन होला तर and what else?
I'm so sorry, what was that?
And what else?
And what else? What I'm proud of? Oh no. I think I don't know. There isn't a lot. It's like 18 bar sama from the point I have memories of my childhood. I don't think there's a lot that I'm proud of or that I've achieved. I know.
Okay, म नेक्स्ट टाइमदेखि चाहिँ यो क्वेसनमा फोन अ फ्रेन्ड अप्सन राख्छु यो
Yes, please. And then I'll like call like someone and you'd be like, hey, what do you think is my proudest achievement?
Okay. Alright. म चाहिँ खालि यो क्यामेरा इट्स गन अगेन.
All good.
Good. Thank you.
Audio item, so.
Right. So being by yourself पनि यो जुन अघि तपाईले पनि भन्नुभएको थियो नि त ambivert भनेर त्यसले चाहिँ what do you get out of that? त्यो चाहिँ why is that important for you?
Like जहिले पनि like social drive हरे भन्ने चाहिँ it's not always good for your mental health, हैन? जहिले पनि sometimes you have to have that quiet time. Like कहिले you need to have that downtime by yourself. If you're always surrounded by people, you never have the time to explore yourself, what you want and what you're expecting. Alka, like you don't always want to be in a social space. I know afne talma, afne dunma, afne roomma, you want to be like cozy and ensure that you're also giving yourself enough time just to have fun or just to enjoy whatever you want to do, your leisure activities.
Okay, your leisure activity. Bipasha ji, you've also talked about your interest in debate competitions, right?
Yeah.
Why is this? Why are debate competitions important for you?
Like पहिला भन्दाखेरि I think so मैले 6th through 8th grade मा चाहिँ theater गरेको थिएँ, and that was a way for me to improve my communication as well as like my English pronunciation just in general. Ani त्यतिखेर चाहिँ because I was up on stage with a lot of people, a way to increase my self-awareness and self-confidence. Alka. But see, in high school, I wanted to take that, but in another form, which I found through debate. I know I wouldn't say I'm good at it. I'm not. I recognize I'm not good at it. But being there on the weekends and like debating policies and foreign stuff, it kind of always gives me that little boost of confidence that, oh look, I'm actually be able to do this, or I'm more knowledgeable about the policy, the foreign policy. So that's always nice. Like debate, but I've learned a lot apparently about America and the American policies, like research Kardafedi, Ani, as well as like foreign stuff. So it's always nice.
Okay, from debate, but I've learned a lot. And
Yeah,
you've also said ki you're probably not good at it.
Yeah.
So how do you know?
How do I know? That's when I compare myself. See? Like it's an actual competition. We're ranked based upon our content, our delivery, any questioning in general. So there is a system set up for me to know whether I'm good or not. I know I've improved, like 9th grade, 12th grade, I have definitely improved. But at the same time, I recognize I am not good as other people who've done it for the same amount of time as I have. किनभने उनीहरूको like delivery मा focus गर्दाखेरि how their speech flows or how their questioning goes, the fact that they're more knowledgeable about a certain topic compared to I am, or or in how they present themselves. I know, like Dixie, when you're nervous, like voice ma tha huncha if you're nervous or not. So like this like there's a system set up so you know if you're good or not.
Okay. All right. So basically, competition. Oh, you're ranked according to, because of that competition. So
Yeah.
right. So, do you know anyone in this world जसलाई चाहिँ भनौँ न competition अथवा school systemले चाहिँ you're probably not good enough भनेर भन्दै पनि they've proven the whole competition system wrong, prove गरेको? Do you know anyone?
Do I know anyone? I don't know, because I think सबैजनाको आफ्नो आफ्नै flaws छ अनि सबैजनाको आफ्नो आफ्नै like आफ्नो आफ्नै like confidence, every skill sets they're confident about.
Okay.
I don't know कोही like एउटै मान्छे so that have like I guess like gone against the system or gone against the traditional route. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't. All right, fine. What are some of the powerful things you tell yourself?
What are some powerful things I can tell myself? I tell myself, oh my god. I tell myself this day will be over, like school's on that right? This day will be over at 2:25. I can drive home and then I can take a nap. That usually brings me throughout the day. But I usually tell myself on a less joking way that even if you make mistakes, it's totally fine. This is a way for you to learn. This is how you grow, and you'll eventually get through it, whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. All right. And that's something that you tell yourself regularly, or when you're facing challenges, or
Yeah, usually facing challenges.
Okay. What is an ideal day for you?
Ideal day for me. Ideal day for me. Thursdays are usually my ideal day for me. It's very weird, but on Thursdays I usually I have a little bit more time. The middle of the week, Friday भन्दा ठ्याक्क अगाडि. So usually त्यस्तो धेरै त homework हुन्न, like homework हुन्छ, but like it's not always a lot. Usually I am able to spend time with family सँग. Usually sometimes we watch a movie, sometimes we just go out for walks. And then so I wake up, usually won't eat breakfast, unhealthy, quite aware, still won't have breakfast, go to school, drive to school, go throughout my day, and then I'll come home, I'll have a snack, and then I'll have a meeting. And then after the meeting, I'll try to squeeze in a nap. And then we'll usually, by the time Baba's home, so we'll go for a walk or we'll do something and then we'll have dinner together. Pretty chill, pretty ideal.
Okay.
Pretty routine-wise, pretty basic. But it's a pretty ideal day for me.
Okay, yeah. Awesome. Bipasha ji चाहिँ let's just assume कि you're in Nepal हैन, visit को लागि आउनु भएको थियो. अनि visit को लागि आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ you just visit अर्को एउटा कुनै नेपालको लोकल स्कुल visit गर्नुभयो हैन. अनि त्यहाँ चाहिँ भनौँ न अब 6-7 क्लास पढ्ने एकजना बच्चा चाहिँ comes and approaches you हैन. 6-7 क्लास भनेको चाहिँ I don't know what that is in America, तर I think you know, right?
Yeah.
त्यो 6-7 क्लास पढ्ने बच्चा चाहिँ आएर तपाईँलाई भन्छ कि ओके मैले चाहिँ अस्ति क्लासको अगाडि एउटा प्रेजेन्टेसन दिन लागेको थिएँ तर आई कम्प्लिटली फ्रोज नर्भस एकदम मेरो हातहरू सेक गर्न थाल्यो अनि आई जस्ट कुडन्ट स्पिक होइन केही पनि मुखबाट केही पनि निक्लिरहेकै थिएन अब चाहिँ आई रियली डोन्ट वान्ट टु डु एनी अफ दोज प्रेजेन्टेसन्स एभर अगेन म कहिले पनि गर्नेवाला छैन म कहिले पनि नाम लेखाउँदिनँ आफ्नो टिचरले सोध्यो भने पनि आइम नट गोइङ टु डु दिस भनेर भन्यो भने व्हाट वुड योर एडभाइस सजेसन्स बी टु द्याट student?
I would say like the fact that you're giving it so much attention and like so much time, like thinking about it, even though it's in a negative light, it means that you want to improve in it and then that you'll eventually figure it out. I know. I would say the more mistakes you made is how you will improve yourself. So जति पनि स्टेजमा stumble गर्यो या जति पनि words mess up गर्यो, you'll eventually be better. You'll eventually improve. Like maybe you stumbled every other sentences first, then the next time you probably stumble only a couple words. And then the next time you might have like a perfect speech. I know, but in order for you to improve, you need to continue to try.
Okay, awesome. So you need to continue to try. Repeat nagarikana, you're not going to get any better. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you deal with stress? Because हामी assume गर्छौँ कि जस्तो भनौँ न as adults हामी अहिले आएर चाहिँ maybe we could go back to when we were 14, 15, 16 जति बेला स्ट्रेस नै थिएन लाइफ एकदम रमाइलो थियो भनेर सोच्छौँ होइन तर obviously even when you're that young you have a lot of stress life अहिले हामीलाई सोच्दाखेरिको जस्तो सजिलो हुँदैन होइन there's a lot of other kind of stress. So how do you deal with stress?
How do I deal with stress? I cry. I usually cry. I think that's a very good way to take everything out of your system. Ani, I learned this tip from a friend like very recently. But like she's very helpful. Ani, she taught me ki when I'm stressed, usually verbalizing why I'm stressed always helps. I know. So I am stressed about this instead of keeping that in my mind and like bottling it up inside, like saying it out loud or writing it out loud or like recording yourself and then like hearing it back usually helps you recognize why you're stressed, where you're coming from, and then hopefully that helps you create a plan. Usually that's what I've been doing like very recently, like ek hafta pani bhayo छैन. So that's what I usually do. अनि अर्को टिप चाहिँ उहाँले दिनुभएको चाहिँ if you wouldn't say to a friend, then don't say it to yourself. I know usually you're so negative about yourself, but to the people that are closest to you, like your friends, you wouldn't say something negative about themselves to them. You would encourage them to try again, or you would encourage them to be better or recognize that this is for first time next time गर्दाखेरि यस्तो हुँदैन, you'll definitely improve होइन तर आफू चाहिँ reflect गर्दाखेरि you're always negative, like 10 times more negative होइन you'll be like, oh, you're such a failure, why do you even do that, we're never doing that again. But if you kind of turn it back around, होइन you're never going to say that to your friend, but why would you say that to yourself? It's a fairly new concept to me, but I've been trying it out and it's a little helpful, I would say. Okay. Crying and then using that technique. It's helping.
Okay, awesome. I mean, generally, we're not as kind to ourselves as we probably should be.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good technique. साथीलाई पनि नभन्ने कुरा चाहिँ आफूलाई किन त्यति रुड हुनु.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, what else could I ask you?
It can be anything.
Anything, right?
Not everything, but purpose ko चाहिँ नसोधौँ होला फेरि
Fine. I'm not going to towards purpose again. किनभने purpose भनेको कुरा चाहिँ yeah, it's quite tough.
Yeah, definitely.
For 18-year-old, it's tough for you know. We
Barely
still
adult. Longer.
yeah, absolutely. What are some of the things that you find that you do not like about being young?
He, I realize मेरो voice doesn't seem as important. होइन? When we're having a conversation, जोसँग भए पनि, it always feels like I have the smaller end. कि, like, if we're just talking in general about how things are going or how politics are going or all around the world, even if I'm knowledgeable about it, I will always be put down simply because I'm young. Or के भन्छ तिमी सानो छौ तिमीलाई के थाहा छ र it's usually that होइन another thing is yeah people don't take us seriously like I'm जति passion भए पनि जति drive भए पनि just because you're young you're not given that sense of importance to like follow whatever you're gonna do.
Okay. Yeah, that's something that I've heard from yeah, a lot of young people. But what are some of the things that you love about being young?
Especially like your digital age more, social media is such a big thing that you're able to branch out and create those connections. I know, and it also gives us a way to kind of interact with one another, even if we're not even in person. See, I can like interact with my friends back in Nepal, or I can interact with somebody in Canada right now, but physically I don't need them to be there. We still can create a general connection. I know. And it also because we are so young, we almost tend to have similar sense of humor. So that if there are any memes or yeah, like funny videos or send that's always nice. It also kind of keeps us motivated. किनभने our experiences or the stresses we're dealing with is not the same, but in terms similar. I know of like the unknown of what life holds. Any stresses about college or stresses about class that जहिले पनि when you reach out to somebody your age, they give you great advice and tips. So that's always very nice. किनभने त्यो connectness त्यो
You
connectivity छ
mean,
त्यो connectivity छ अनि त्यो connectionsहरू चाहिँ it's built upon a very good foundation because we're so young.
okay, nice, awesome. Please feel free to invent words.
Will do.
Always allowed. So तपाईँले भन्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो नि त, so we're not taken very seriously भनेर होइन, and that's one of the issue that a lot of young people face, especially when they even go into professional career. They're not taken that seriously. But what do you think? What can you actually do about it?
What can I do about it? I think that starts at home. होइन सबैको त माइन्ड चेन्ज गर्न पाउँदैन तर आफ्नै घरबाट सुरु गर्दाखेरि it's always a good space for yourself to have that and hopefully that way even if other adults don't listen to you your parents can influence them. So like what my dad encourages is like जतिखेर नि हामी dinner table मा हुँदाखेरि we always argue and debate about different foreign policies or different like policies in general or the state of the world होइन अनि either one of us will play the devil's advocate. Oh God, like we're usually shouting at each other because you're like, you're not understanding where I'm coming from, or that's totally wrong. Why are you even thinking like that? But it creates a sense of importance that my voice and my opinion is equally important as his, even though I'm so young. So it definitely starts at home. You can't always change what the world perceives what the world um, or what the world intends. everybody in the world, but those small changes at home will definitely add up or create space globally, hopefully. Yeah.
Okay, nice wordplay there. So it definitely starts from home. Nice suggestion. किनभने तपाईँले जे कन्ट्रोल गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ, वाट एभर इज इन यर कन्ट्रोल यु क्यान डु होइन, त्यो
Yeah.
सबैजनालाई चाहिँ कन्ट्रोल
Mm-hmm.
राइट, नाइसली सेड. If you had all the powers in the world, त्यसरी पनि नभनौँ, if you could, what would you change about school life?
The importance on mental health is something that's not widely talked in school. अनि त्यो चाहिँ जता पनि हो, like you can take any school in the world, they don't focus on mental health, especially pandemic मा के देखायो भने हैन, the fact that students are so stressed, whether that be like classes or the fact like 100,000 people are dying each day. त्यो stress कहिले नि equation मा छैन is why students are, why students might be depressed or facing anxiety. That's not something that's talked about, and that's something I think I would change, as well as being more lenient. I know. What are we? We're not even 18 yet. Usually we're not even 18 yet. I know. The fact that there's so much expected of us at such a young age really breaks you at one point. It's always about grades. एउटा mistake गर्यो भने it's taken as you're done for life, which isn't always the case. I feel like it. I mean, I don't always practice what I preach, especially like let's say that I think if I had ultimate power of all the schools in the world, to focus on mental health and then maybe less homework. Yeah.
Okay, mental health and less homework. And I think practice what you preach is also a little overrated. It's not possible, होइन, just because you don't practice it doesn't mean you shouldn't preach it. मलाई चाहिँ कुनै कुनै केसमा चाहिँ it is hypocritical होइन, तर अब टिचर्सहरूले के गर्ने त, they have to teach, even things that they don't usually practice. Fine. How do you think, भनौँ न अहिलेको जेनेरेसन होइन, अहिले जुन Gen Z भनिन्छ, how do you think their lives are better from similar aged people 100 years ago?
From 100 years ago, so like 1920, I guess they were also in a pandemic back then, the Spanish flu. Let's say, again, digitalization age ma, like born on that there's always an advantage that you're never missing out. I know, like social media, some devices, Wi-Fi, you have everything in order to always learn and connect to other people in the world. It's always accessible. Like it's not going anywhere. The internet is not running away from you. You always have it, at least for now. So 100 years ago, that's definitely something they didn't have. 100 years ago, they probably also didn't have, I guess, almost like the freedom that we have now. Like there's still restrictions, China. You weren't always worried about small things. To stay. I mean, there probably is like the whole World War III scare last year. Back then it was a lot more serious and a lot more likely to happen. I know, because it was during the 1920s. Let's say, yeah, I think we'd have a lot more freedom and we're a lot more safer.
Okay. A lot more freedom, a lot more safer. More generally saying, I refrain from asking close questions. Do you think world is going in a better direction, like it's improving, you think, or do you think we have to worry about our future?
Oh, we definitely have to worry about future. I think actually worried, like climate change is such a big thing. It's not given as importance as I guess Gen Z would like it to be, especially by by representatives all around the world, any government officials are like, this too important stake China. If we don't have a planet to live on, we will all be dead in like less than 100 years. So in a way, we are improving as a human race, but some of our policies and some of the way we conduct things are still very backward.
Okay. So अब climate change को कारणले गर्दाखेरि if we don't act now, human race नै extinct हुन सक्छ.
Yes.
Right?
हजुर.
And that's a bad thing.
Yes, definitely.
For humans.
Yeah, so like Marsमा जानुभन्दा अगाडि आफ्नै यही ठाउँ भएकोमा improve गर्न त छ नि. Like there's money. Instead of spending billions of dollars attempting to go to Mars, I know why do that when you can attempt to fix up the mess that we have created.
If you really look at it objectively, हैन यति धेरै स्पिसिसहरु छ, एउटै स्पिसिसको इन्ट्रेस्ट र बेनिफिटमा मात्र किन काम गर्नुपर्ने भन्ने नि.
I mean, त्यो त्यही हो, तर climate change को affect all the species are facing it, I know, like increase of micropollution in the water, so essentially fish, turtles, I know, and then the whole Australian fires last January को चाहिँ त्यो पनि त्यहाँको स्पिसिसहरु अहिले even talking about Texas right now, the cold weather. So it's not only humans that can improve from climate change or that face the effect of climate change. Humans have definitely started it, but all species and all kinds are facing the damage of it. So
okay, nice. तर यति भन्दा भन्दै पनि there's a lot of positive news, हैन. Maybe जति आउनु पर्ने त्यति आएको छैन. There are some efforts being made towards addressing the climate issues, which is nice. अहिले त हामी जस्तो भनौँ अस्ति भर्खर इन्डियामा पनि ग्लेसियर्सहरुको त्यत्रो लाइभ्सहरु लस भएको थियो, अनि नेपाल पनि इट्स भनौँ न थ्रेटमै छ.
exactly.
Right. Now हामी चाहिँ झन्डै end of the session मा आइसकेका छौं. I'll just ask you two more questions.
Okay, that's good.
So if you let's just assume you met the wisest person in the world, I know, on the street, what would be one or two things you'd ask that person?
What would I met a wisest person on the street? What I would ask them? That's a very good question. I think I would ask. I think I would just ask how being labeled the wisest person has affected them and how they view the world. Like, is there like a sense of superiority because they think they're so wise, or how do they keep themselves so humble? Yeah.
Okay.
How
nice
do you keep yourself so humble? Where does all this knowledge and information go? You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice. Bipasha ji, last question, and of course, last question to sajilai गर्नुपर्छ. So, what are 3 things you can do in the coming week? भनौँ न अब आउने अब आज चाहिँ सायद Wednesday हो हैन. Let's say you start from Monday. किनभने Monday is always a good day to start, and the first day of the week. What are 3 things you can do next week, starting from next week, that will make your life more meaningful?
3 things I can do. I guess be consistent with my routine. I know. a good routine, like create a very healthy sleep schedule, eating time, and then make sure I know what I am grateful for, hopefully every day or every other day. And then hopefully that will allow me to see what I what I already have and what I can improve on. And then for number 3, I drink more water.
Drink more.
Drink more water, and then go out for a walk. Go out for a walk, hopefully 30 minutes every day. Those are the 3
Okay.
things I would improve.
Awesome. Awesome. मैले लास्ट क्वेसन भनिसकेको छु, त्यही पनि एउटा चाहिँ थपेँ.
Awesome.
So these 3 things नि त, how will you keep yourself accountable?
That's a very good question. Hopefully I'll actually follow through. Like force myself to do it. What is it for like 3 weeks or 4 weeks until it becomes a habit? So hopefully I'll force myself to do it for like a good 3 weeks, and maybe it'll become a habit after that. If not, then I'll just do something else. I will go back to the lifestyle that I'm living now. Or yeah. Thank you, Rekanini.
त्यही त, तपाईँहरूको सबै क्लोज रिलेटिभ्सहरू हामीले पनि मजाले चिन्न थालिसक्यौँ अब. मैले कम्प्लेन गरेर कुनै होइन फेरि. So
Okay.
not be taken in the wrong way at all. So thank you so much, Bipasha ji. I had an
Thank you so
awesome.
much for having me. All the other generation, the Gen Zs, Thank you so much. This was so much fun. Actually felt like we were having a genuine conversation. I know. It was actually pretty fun. I got nervous. While agadi, but it feels a lot more comfortable.
फेरि त्यो हल्का भन्ने वर्डले चाहिँ इट मेक्स एभ्रिथिङ नाइस.
No, they're really comfortable. There you go. They're really comfortable. Like a good amount of comfortableness. Thank you for creating such a space, I think we would all really enjoy it.
Awesome learning मेरो लागि पनि. So I always say कि yeah, we can learn so much from young people. हामीले फर्स्ट टाइम चाहिँ नेपाल बाहिर पनि केही गरेको, किनभने we just didn't know what to do outside of Nepal. कसरी कुरा गर्ने कन्टेक्स्ट मिल्छ मिल्दैन, we just didn't know. अलिसाले सजेस्ट गरेपछि that's also one of our nature भनिरहेको छु, किनभने हाम्रो टिम नै त्यस्तै छ. अपर्च्युनिटी पायो भने नयाँ कुरा ट्राई गरौँ न भन्ने. Right, so awesome experience. Learned quite a bit from you. Very different perspective. भनौँ न, जहिले पनि नेपालसँग मिल्दैन, तर it's also very funny and nice कि it's very easy to relate. Similar problems, similar issues. अलिकति त्यसको म्याग्निट्युड अर्कै होला होइन, अलिकति हेर्दाखेरि अर्कै होला, अलिकति ग्लिटरी, अलिकति अर्कै किसिमको होला, तर if you go to we're all facing the same issues, similar problems.
Yeah.
Environment को कुरा आयो, politics को कुरा होस्, culture को कुरा होस्, it's the same thing.
Very globally perspective, but सबैजनाको चाहिँ usually त्यस्तै aligned हुन्छ होइन, आफ्नो आफ्नो view हुन्छ, तर generally चाहिँ align नै हुन्छ.
Absolutely. What was तपाईँले, किनभने this was never भनौँ न something that we discussed before any sessions, है. We talked about insights. मैले लाइभमै सोध्दै नि त अब what were some of your insights?
What were some of my insights? That within myself there's a lot I can improve on, होइन. अनि के अरे हल्का तपाईँको पर्सपेक्टिभ पनि आयो, तपाईँको पर्सपेक्टिभ and how you see things, and then I see that, and how I can incorporate some of the things you've said or the things you have acted in a way, I know, and then how I can use that upon myself to improve.
Okay, nicely said. On the spot मैले गर्दाखेरि पनि Really nice answer. So thank you so much, Bipasha ji.
Thank
We'll
you so
keep in
much,
touch.
Monday.
Thank you so much for this session. अनि यति भन्दै विल जस्ट से बाई सबै भ्युवर्सहरूलाई अनि सब्सक्राइब गर्नलाई नबिर्सिनु होला ताकि वी क्यान ब्रिङ असम पिपल लाइक विपाशा, अलिसा, श्रेयस अनि त्यसपछि आकृति, निलोत्पल सबैजनाको नाम मैले सम्झिन सकिनँ, जसलाई बिर्सेँ सरी, मैले यो लिस्ट स्टार्टै गर्न नहुने थियो. सो वी क्यान amazing people like these होइन, अनि get their perspective, learn from them. त्यति भन्दै गुड नाइट अनि अमेरिकामा भएकोहरूलाई गुड मर्निङ अनि see you next time.
Bye. Thank you.